not going to play on Sunday.
Oh.
So I was like, who cares if he's tired and grumpy because he's not playing anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be prepared.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'll skip the first game, so because Robert's better about getting up earlier than I am.
Yep.
I'm like, I'll just drive down before I get up.
Color's a weird place.
Not my favorite.
Oh, it's sketchy. And I'm shocked that like our state fair is there.
I know. It's kind of weird, doesn't it?
All right. Your part.
I think so. You always ask me and I never know.
It's like I remember every like intimate detail we talk about. It comes to your guys' part, and then you guys question your part just as much as I do. So I'm like, all right, we're good.
I'm like, whatever you think looks best.
I'm gonna get pretty. No, you're good. When I move it over, you will be.
No, just give me a hug.
No, absolutely.
I'm not in
Oh, right? Who is that? Harper's funny. Anytime I go live, and I'm like, she hears because her room is like it's a Jack and Jill room, and she tries to peek her head in. She kind of crawls on the floor. It is everything. The straight face, especially like when I'm being paid for them by Ross. I'm like, girlfriend,
come on.
you're too much. I love you.
I can still do that too. You can tell that I'm on camera because I'm doing this
Nodding and moving,
talking, and they'll still be like, stand in the doorway and stare at me until I look at them, and then I'm like, what?
Like, you know, yep.
And then they're like a stage whisper, like pretending like they're being quiet, but they're not.
They're not. No.
Can you stop fucking wait? Can you not pass me a note like first grade? Like, what's going on?
Should be a text. Yeah, they try to do the sign language. And my husband, he's hilarious. He'll like peek his head in. I can see he's behind me. And I think he so badly wants to be on the lives, but he doesn't. I'm like, do you want to say hi? He's like, because I'll see his little like profile pic pop up on him, and he's watching. You can say hi. Oh my god, they crack me up.
Yeah, it looks bizarre.
No, once I want to really film how I shadow root extensions now on the head versus off the head. I don't feel like there's much education, and it's been my new way of like customizing them to you guys. So much better.
I'm just wondering how she's older and goes to orange shearing, so she's probably got a hair in front of it, but obviously she's working out. And like you can see every single bead, like every little piece of her extension, and like my friend Kimmy has extensions also. Like I like will like look at her. She's like the nicest lady. Right?
Yes.
Like, tell her.
Right. It's one of those. I have the hardest time when I'm like in a checkout line or I'm stuck behind somebody and I'm staring at their hair and I want to like give them like my info, but I'm like, don't be rude. Don't be rude. It's like a controversial thing in our industry. Some people are like, yeah, you should do it, or no, you shouldn't.
If you knowingly walking around looking like a disaster area, like are you doing somebody a service or a disservice?
Right.
Like, you know?
Yep.
So I'm just looking at this poor lady's head and I'm like, do you not see them or do you just not care?
Right, it's one or the other.
Like, because whoever's doing this clearly is not this very skilled at it because you can see every single bead on the side of your head.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure that's not the intent.
And they're probably charging you quite a bit for that.
Oh my god, I see some content sometimes because you know how Instagram is, it gets your algorithm or whatever. And like obviously I follow you and stuff, so
it's
like
shooting the same
kind of. So I see that Chrissy lady all the time.
Yes.
She's annoying. And I see other, you know, not as many other hair creators, but I'll see stuff about like extensions. I've sent you a couple, you know. But I'm just like, I'm looking at it, and like some of the people will be like, you need to be paying $4,000 and blah blah blah, and like professionals like you were like, you don't need to pay that much.
No.
Like, but you do get what you pay for, so
Totally.
Find somebody in the middle that's reasonable here.
Yeah.
$4,000 for hair, people are like, that's crazy.
It's insane because just even the quality and the cost of hair they're getting this hair from China, first of all. And even if they are getting like the European hair that they get, it is not that much.
So then that just means your stylist is overcharging you to install it or whatever. I do believe, like, you definitely want to do get what you pay for.
Yeah.
You definitely don't want the $99 $9 hair
I
deal.
know.
But
When you're going too high, it's kind of like, I love designer stuff, but there's certain things I won't get because I'm like, they're just laughing taking my money right now
yeah.
for me to pay. Like, Chanel's one of my favorites, and I love their makeup, but there's certain things I'm like, okay, you get the same lip gloss for like $20 versus like $60.
Mm-hmm.
They're laughing at me right now by paying the $60 because it has that Chanel label.
Yep. It's true.
Versus there's the difference with like luxury cars. Luxury cars, you're getting what you're paying for.
Yep.
A car is not a car. I mean, even when you take it in to get your service, it's a different experience.
Yep. Yep, for sure. It's just not quite the same. They're not going to get that level of service. Like, we bought Griff's Bronco. It was at the Honda dealership. People had it. They had custom ordered it, and then I guess those Broncos took a while, so that's why they had some small miles, because they ordered it, and then by the time they got it, they were kind of like, had basically changed their mind.
Done.
So they just drove it for a few miles, and then were like, this is not practical for us, I guess it's an older couple.
Oh.
So they traded it in for like a Honda Pilot or something, so it was at the Honda dealership on Arapahoe over there. And like, nothing against Hondas, like my family's drove Hondas for years, but
Right.
went in and it just was like, felt like a warehouse, you know?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
don't know. And then the guy, like, I'm sure he was like, buying a 17-year-old kid this freaking nice car, and he's like, I drive a piece of shit. Or he didn't say it, but he said something to that effect. Like, he's like, I drive like a 2003 Accord or something. I was like, sorry. For assholes for buying a 17-year-old brand new Bronco.
Right, but it is what it is. We've worked for everything we have.
Sorry, dude. I was like, and it's nice, but like, there's kids that have much nicer cars than that. So
For sure. Driving around their BMWs, their
Audis.
yeah, I've seen some with their Benz, and you know, to each their own, you know.
It's all good. Good things.
You can doesn't mean you should, but it's certain circumstances. It's like,
You can do what you want.
he's a good kid and works hard.
That's the big thing too. And I think how hard I've worked for everything I have. It's like I want to give, and I want to give them the best they can, but not too good, because I don't want them to let down when they have to buy stuff on their own.
Good luck, guys. Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, Max like has never been into like stuff like. He's literally perfectly content to wear like a souvenir shop T-shirt, whereas Gervin's like, "Can I get something from Lulu?"
Complete opposites right there.
I know. So I'm like, Max would probably be fine living in like a freaking mountain cottage, and that's just who he is, and that's fine. But like Griff, I'm like, ooh, you might have to set the bar expectations for him.
Right. Well, I think it's funny. I've seen there's a bunch of ones like girl dads setting the bar really high for like when the girls are dating. He's like, I'm doing this purposely, so whoever takes over my princess, I know they're taking care of her.
There you go. That's true. We just saw it in the bus last night. Have you seen it? Did you read the book either?
Yes.
Yep. Movie's good. Book's better.
Okay.
But so you know the story, obviously.
Yes.
Then.
Yep.
So like the scene at the end when she asked him for the divorce, and she's like, "Do," and said, "Daddy, my husband's beating me or whatever. What did you do?" And he's like, "I tell," and he's like crying. I'm like sobbing.
Yes. Emotional, I'm
I went
sure.
with my friend, and she and I were both like sitting there like, get it together. I knew what was gonna happen. I read the book. I was like, oh gosh. Well, and when I was reading the book, there was that part of me that did want her to like forgive him.
Yes. Yeah. But then there's a part that's like, oh no. I think that's like the woman part.
I think in his case, I'm making excuses, but he had that whole thing happen when he was a kid.
Yep.
And then,
No.
like, the first incident, like the hot oven thing, like, I didn't feel like that was that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Because it felt like more of an accident.
Yes.
The second one, he pushed him downstairs, that's different.
Yeah, intentional there.
The third one, so I get it, like.
I know.
But then you have Atlas on the other side who you really like too, so.
Yeah.
And he's obviously the better choice for her, so.
It's like a love hate.
Yeah, I read the sequel too. It was pretty good. That was a little bit more fluffy.
Yep, absolutely. Have you watched Bridgerton at all?
Mm-mm. Is it good?
I didn't think I'd be into it, and I am obsessed with it.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it's kind of a period piece, right?
Yeah, and I'm like one of those, it's hit or miss with those sorts of ones. And it's very interesting because it's all about, like, back in the day, like, to get married and how the girls came out and like the blah blah blah. But this shows like the drama behind it. And there's some passion. It's like Sex in the City, but back in the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is so interesting, and the rebellious girls, the love that shouldn't be done and it happens, and yeah, I was taken back, but I actually enjoy it. However, it's one of those I have to watch when my husband's not around.
Yeah, I think I would probably need it.
And then I tried to put it on last night because I thought he was like falling asleep, and he's like, no. He's like, put on your Queer Eye, because at least when my eyes are shut, I know what's going on. I will have no idea. You are not putting
That's so funny. Yeah, I'm always looking for something to watch. He's out of town because he won't watch that.
Yeah.
With me.
Yeah. When I'm out of town, that's my goal, is to find what I can watch on Netflix. And then I watched Sprint, I think that's what it is. The whole track team. Very good. Like Noah Lyles. And I wasn't into any sort of track stuff. And I watched it and I was like, oh, because it talks about like the Jamaica track team in the United Kingdom. I didn't know the track and field in the UK was like as big as like soccer is here. So it was like interesting to watch these athletes and where they come from, and like Sha'Carri Richards, like what she went through and her stuff. And so that one was a good one. Then there was the documentary on the tennis players on Netflix. I think it's like Hit It or something. It was crazy. So there was a conspiracy about it. Any tennis player, all the big tennis players that were on it, were literally losing. And you know how superstitious athletes can be. And so they called it like the Netflix curse. And they have them that were on it. Yeah.
Like, take me out.
Right? I don't want to be on that. Simon.
Did you watch the Olympics?
Yeah.
I really didn't watch really any of them. I don't know. Didn't have a ton of interest for some reason.
I watched the women's gymnastics. And then I really got tied into, I've never really been into it, the diving. I think I was so fascinated by the Chinese and how, like, there was this 16-year-old girl, when she entered the water, it was like,
Yeah, like
no splash. So I think that's the main things that I watched and was fascinated.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
I always like the diving too, because I feel like it's amazing how they just like twist and do all that kind of stuff. But kind of like ice skaters too. I'm like,
Yeah.
how do you, obviously Winter Olympics, but like how do you jump in like these little blades on ice and like spin around and land on one leg? Like how do you do that? You know, or even I like the women's gymnastics though, admittedly. I've always liked gymnastics, and like they're out there flipping around on these little beams and bars. And
I know.
I didn't watch it, but I saw the little pommel horse guy. Did you see? He's
Steve!
on Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, he is?
Yes, the kid with the glasses.
Yes, they're calling him, what is it? Superman. What's his name? Clark
Kent?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's gonna be on Dancing with the Stars.
Oh,
Isn't that
he's
cute?
cute.
He's really cute.
It was funny because every time, like, they panned over to him, his eyes were shut. He was focused.
It's just like,
Yeah. He's like, they only brought me here for this. I better nail it. And it's crazy that, like, they said he can't see really without his glasses.
how do they know where to grab and stuff?
He's learned to feel.
Oh,
So the
like
whole
a blind person.
so the whole routine he pretty much does through feel, because he can't wear contacts and he can't do correction because his just position is that crappy.
Huh.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
Interesting. I hadn't heard that part.
Uh huh.
I knew he took his glasses off and did the thing, but
Yeah.
it's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty good story that came out of that.
That was a sweet one because he broke the men's losing streak.
Oh yeah.
Because the men haven't
One since like the 80s.
a long time. Yeah.
What'd they get? Silver or bronze?
Bronze.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And then, so that with him calling him a superhero, I think they made him an American flag that looked like a cape. I'm like, this boy is living his life.
How cool is that? Good for him. Yeah, see, I like those stories like that. There's just so, I like there was so much yucky drama. this
There
year
was
with
so
all this
much.
stuff.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Yeah.
I just don't want to be part of that.
There's enough going on right now in this world where I'm kind of, I hate to say it, I feel like I'm like putting my head in the sand sort of thing. Because it's just like chaos.
Like, that's what I said, I'm dreading this election. So it's like, if I want to go on Facebook and just mindlessly scroll and see people's dog pics,
Yes.
that's what I want to go on Facebook for. I want to see your dogs or your kids.
I don't need all the political BS.
Yeah, I
for
want to
me.
see people out there fighting about who's they should vote for and blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. Like, I just don't want to see it. You're not going to change my mind. I don't want to know, see how much you hate this candidate or that
Versus
candidate.
that one. And
I just don't like it. It feels yucky.
And
you
it
know?
used to not be like that, you know? I mean, we all, everyone definitely, you know, you have Republican, Democrat. There was that, but it wasn't this like.
It's like a hate mudslinging battle now.
It feels like a war.
It really does.
It feels like how the wars on that go on over there. It feels like it's our own.
And the hard part is I think there's very strong feelings about both counties on both sides, and they're both not like inherently likable people.
No.
in my opinion.
No, agreed.
So then you're like, okay, so this is the best that we fucking have.
I
Like,
keep saying that. I'm like, this is America, people.
yeah, like my coworker is in Dublin, and we don't really talk about it obviously at work, but he's just like, what the hell's going on over there? I'm like, I don't even know what to tell you.
You guys have lost.
It's kind of embarrassing. Frankly, it's kind of embarrassing.
Right?
It's just like, I don't know. I just feel like I have to just ignore who the actual person is and just try to focus on the policy and go with that, but
It's hard.
it's hard.
It's really hard.
So, I don't know. It'll be interesting. I just hope it goes quickly. I just snooze people on Facebook if I have to, so I don't have to see their posts.
I have ones just like that. Like if they're that like intense all the time, like I can't.
Yeah.
It's a snooze them, let them be.
Just, I mean, it's your Facebook page. You can do whatever you want, but I just feel like that's not the place personally. But,
No.
you know.
That's what groups are for.
Dog pics and kid pics only, thanks.
Yep. Let's have happy days when we come on here.
Cute house redecorating pictures or
Right.
stuff like that. I'm like, can we keep it fluffy?
That's all I'm here for.
Yeah. Fun content, okay? And the jokes and the memes. That's all I want. I
I know.
don't want to see any of your bullshit.
No. And I think that's why I love the fact, like, on a lot of my social media, because all I post is, like, hair, so you know that algorithm. So I don't have to see any of that junk. So my husband will be like, oh, did you hear this? I'm like, no, I didn't hear or see it, so I'm good.
Yep. Like, don't want to know, don't watch the news, don't care.
Right, we are good on all that.
This guy I used to work with on Facebook friends, and like, I don't know the details, but like, I know he had like very messy divorce, and like, his ex-wife is like an emergency room doctor, so she's got all the money and all the power, and they've got 3 girls, and I don't know the circumstances, but she, I think, got some big job in like on the other side of the country, and got like somehow got full custody, and you know, I don't know the details, but like, I think she moved and took the kids with him, so like, I feel bad for that, but
For
again,
sure.
don't know the circumstance, but she's constantly just posting stuff like, I haven't seen my daughters in 17 months, 32 days, and 12 hours, and like, and then he posted something the other day where he said somebody, so he apparently forgot to close his garage, so somebody took he's really into cycling and running or whatever, so they like stole like 3 or 4 of his bikes or whatever, and he's like, grab me my lecture, I don't want to hear about it, don't lecture me, I don't want to, I just want my bikes back, and I'm like, he's like, don't give me any sympathy, don't give me any lectures, don't give me this, I'm like, then why are you posting? Like, so people can't say, hey, sorry to hear you got your bike stolen,
Right?
like,
You just want attention right now.
yeah, you're just censoring what people are going to respond to something that you posted. Like, bye.
Right, you do you, boo. Bye.
I was like, well, maybe you should be lectured because it's your fault that your shit got stolen.
Right.
She left your garage open.
You're an
and you live in,
adult.
like Denver.
We
so,
know better about this.
Sorry. I mean, they even are doing it on the burbs now. They're going to go, like,
Oh, yeah.
check cars and driveways and stuff.
Yeah, they're brave now.
Yeah, they literally will walk up on your driveway and test your cars. And I'm like, they don't even care that there's ring cameras everywhere
Nope.
now. They just walk around.
They're all willy-nilly. They have no issue. Yeah, we had in our neighborhood, she got home, her keys were in her car, it was still running. Just for a second, she was running in to grab something in the house, gone. Because there was a motorcycle behind her with a passenger. Followed her into our neighborhood.
Yeah, I was telling myself, oh, I live in Parker, like, it's fine. And I'm like, oh, that's really big it is.
I think we're more at risk with us in our neighborhoods because it's like, it's that, I call it the bubble. We think that the bubble's good, but I think that the bubble's more at risk because people see what that bubble has.
Yeah. Well, like, I had a little sticker, like a Frenchie outline of my Frenchie ears on my
Yeah.
car. And I took it off because I was like, what if people,
Yeah.
you know, I worry that people say, oh, this person's got an expensive dog, because you hear about Frenchies getting stolen all the time.
Yeah.
And like, what if they follow me to my house and then get in my yard and kidnap my dog?
Yeah.
Like,
And Frenchies are those
yes,
that get
you
taken
know.
a lot. Yeah.
So it's like, I don't think I want to advertise that I have, even though they probably return guardy and you know, they probably go eating out of house and home to feed Reggie, but or the farts might do that.
Right, it's one or the other.
Snoring in the fart, they might return him too. But I'm like, I don't want to take any chances advertising that I have these expensive dogs. Even though Reggie's a rescue and wasn't really expensive.
But they would think he is, because that's what they are.
And he's really pretty. I mean, he's probably worth something. So, snoring and farting.
Yes, I knew. They're stinky little farts.
Mom sent me some funny video the other day. It was like, people see Frenchies and they think this, and then they're really, and it was like this compilation of like them acting like gremlins and farting and poop smearing, and it's like, this is the reality of being a Frenchie.
This is what they are.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the one thing I miss is like the snorting, the funness. And I have a video of Eddie running down the stairs. Funniest thing to do is watch a Frenchie run down the stairs.
The little legs. But I'm like, Gardy is like really fast. Like he looks like a white rabbit because he lays his ears back, like flat on his head, and like when he gets his zoomies, and he like streaks, and his hind legs like almost touch his front legs when he's running. Like I'm sure you can visualize it.
Yes.
Just, like streaking through the house, and like Rocky will be chasing him, and Rocky can keep up, and then there's Reg just like, like trying to like chase the two of them down. Like, he does. When he sniffs, he sounds like I have like a piglet in my house.
Yep. That's how Eddie was.
Did I tell you how? Because he had the nerve surgery.
Did you get it done again?
Oh no, we've had it twice.
Yeah, because
The
you were
rescue did it.
constipated, weren't you?
Mm-hmm. The rescue did it, and then we did the soft palate, and then the nares again at the same time, and he's still like, I think it's actually worse. And when we had him in for his visit, whatever, a month or two ago, the vet's like, yeah, this just the scarring didn't do it well. She's like, we could do the like the laser instead, or something to go remove that scar tissue. And I was like, I don't know. A, do I want to spend the money, and B, do I want to put the poor dog through a third surgery? Like, I don't know. At this point, I'm like, do I just learn to live with it, breathing? I feel like I need to ask him sometimes. It's like, if it's gonna extend his quality of life, then I'll do it.
Because he's still so young. He's still
Yeah, he's not even 3 yet.
Oh,
So-
he's such a baby. Yeah.
So I'm like, if this would help him breathe and not get overheated or any of that stuff, then maybe we need to suck it up and do it.
Because that's the big thing is they're overheating. And then like they're sleeping.
Yeah, because when he's breathing hard, he like, because he can't breathe.
I swear Eddie had like sleep apnea.
Yeah.
And I don't think he was always rested.
Reg loves being in my office, and now he's developed some skin allergies. So we have him on Apoquil because he licks his paws. But like we ran out of medication, and we haven't had a chance to run and grab the new prescription. Somebody said you can get it through Chewy. Do you know anything about that?
So I used to go through Chewy. A lot of the medications I either go through Chewy or I ask for the human version and have them send it to the CVS. Because like steroids and stuff, don't get from your vet.
Interesting. Well, it's super expensive, but how do you get the prescription to Chewy?
So what you do is you go into the, there's like a medication area, and then it has you click on your location, it has you click your vet,
Okay.
and then you put in like your vet's info, and then they call to verify,
Okay.
and then you set it up just like that. So
and
it's
it
pretty
just sends
easy.
it like recurring. Because right now the vet we go to, we really like him, is Dr. Dodkin. It's Meridian Animal Hospital
Yeah.
over off of Lincoln. And he was really good with our boxers because he's a big boxer guy. And he had boxers too. And I think he's good with like the squish face breeds, you know? So I really like him, but it's not like it's far, but it's not close. And then Max worked all summer. I say worked,
that's
interned.
right,
Yeah, at that vet hospital just literally across the street at Elmer House, and like they treated him really well, and like they want to bring him back and probably going to pay him next year. And I'm like, why would you feel like it's sort of ruined our business a little bit by helping Max out? Does that make sense? So I'm like, do we switch? And the convenience would be amazing. So her niece like, should we switch our business to them? Especially if they're willing to like.
I have multiple vets.
Do you?
Yeah, I have 3.
Why do you have 3 different ones?
Okay, so I have.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You're gonna have 3 dogs.
We got 3. So we have, I have a vet for, like big surgeries.
Okay.
Emergency stuff. He's our vet for that. It's a normal vet office, but they just have more stuff there to take care of that sort of needs. And then there's the other vet who originally found with our first boxer, and it was because it was our first boxer, we were young, they're more of like a lower cost. But we found out that like teeth cleaning and stuff was better through them. So we do the teeth cleaning through them.
Okay.
And then I have like, I guess our primary vet, and that's the one that I have that's right down the street. So they all have the medical records. And it was like when Eddie was going through his stuff, I had all the testing and all the verification done through a primary vet, but then I had all of the surgery done through actually the vet that did.
This is the chair, not my butt.
Everyone says that.
So you know.
The vet that actually does teeth because they're really good with the cancer removal, and so then they just like fax over an email.
So they all know about each other?
They all know each other.
Yeah.
I think the thing too is like it's kind of, I mean, at least in our experience, it's hard to sometimes get vet appointments. And I think that's just all I put on. I was like, hey, it was hard to get in with you, so we're just gonna go through here, and then we just all talk with them one another and stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We definitely set up the applicable for Chewy because if they do, somebody said they do recurring delivery or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that would be really nice because he was like, this week since we had run out, he was in my office and he was licking. And it's not his fault, by the way. Like the snoring, the farting, the licking, not his fault. But like it drives me so
Insane.
crazy. And I'll be on call and I literally like start twitching because I'm like, so I throw him out of my office, which I feel really guilty, like kicking him out. But I'm like, Dave, I can't listen to you. And so I'll shut him out and shut the door. And then bless his heart, he sits there and scratches on my door like, Mom, I want to come in. I'm like, will you get a licking? No, baby. I feel like a horrible human, but I'm like, I can't do it. It's such a twitch. I can't.
No, that's how I am.
So I think I want to try the chewy because I was bitching about somebody else and they said chewy does it. So
I did chewy with other stuff in Apple because it's so expensive too.
it is. I'll have to ask Robert to visit it today what he paid, but I know he said it's expensive. And Chewy's got a discount.
Yeah, you get, I think it's like a 5% discount,
Okay.
which is really nice. And then like if you have to end up ordering any other medications through time, like you get more of a discount.
I've heard Chewy like is one of the best like companies to do stuff like if you have a recurring or something and like your dog dies, they like send flowers and stuff, which is crazy.
Yeah, when Eddie passed away, like we got a full like car. So they're very like customer service, like they care about who the animals are and what's going on. If you have issues, they fix it. And I have it like customized, like I now have Ruby in there, and I have, you know, that she's a doodle, she's this size, and then we have Honey, who's the guinea pig, we have him in there. So anything that like is good for them is what pops up when they do open it up. If there's sales going on, they get birthday cards, and then they get like birthday discounts. So Ruby got like I think it was like 20% off for her birthday month, and so we ordered her a bunch of stuff.
That's so cute. I love that. I'll have to compare because I get their food on Amazon, but I'm not sure if it's cheaper on Chewy.
I think the food, because I get it on Amazon when I forget, because I'm trying to figure out Ruby's like auto ship time because I didn't know how it was. And so sometimes I do have to like cancel my auto ship and then go to Amazon. And I think Chewy's cheaper.
Yeah, I need to compare because we feed them wet and dry, so I really feel like I need to
Look at it.
look at it pricing. It's like one of those things, among other things, I need to call like the insurance broker and see if I can get cheaper car insurance. And I just haven't done it, you know?
Yeah, that's one of those things. I just had Ruby's insurance go up a ton, so I need to call and get it fixed. Because I think I just want to have like catastrophe on her.
Yeah.
Like if she gets like cancer or something, it'll help with that. I don't need the regular visits and that sort of stuff to be covered anymore.
How big is she now?
Whole 11 pounds.
Aww, she's little.
She's so cute. I'm getting blown up.
Does
Does it work?
I don't even know. I don't know. Sometimes if you have a run, like Fred, you know, like gets out of control.
Yeah.
That's very check. What are they talking about? Baseball, probably. Yeah. oh, we just played the Rockies tonight in New York. I'm like, if we can't sweep the freaking Rockies, we should just give up.
Call it a day.
They played in Denver last year, so we got tickets to 2 of the 3 games.
Yeah.
And the 2 games that we went to, they lost both.
What?
I know. I was like, the Rockies are terrible.
Awful.
Yeah, how does this happen? And of course, both games we went to, they won the 3rd game that we didn't go to, of course.
Oh, go figure.
See, guys. So they get on these tangents about sports, and like I care, but like not to a level.
You're such a boy mama.
But then I'll chime in and I'll say something which I think is hilarious, by the way, and nobody laughs. I'm like, "Fuck you guys."
You're like done.
So like the thread, just I kill the thread.
It
I'll
goes
say something
quiet.
funny, and they all just like quit on me. I'm like, screw you guys. So rude. Apparently Griffin's not out for last night. So Robert just said we had like a small hole like between the door and like the garage frame or whatever. Yeah. And you know they can fit through holes like this friggin' big.
Yeah.
Look at this hole, it's a steel hole.
No, I don't want the money outside of the money box.
Okay. They're great. They're on the inside and outside.
Good.
Okay.
Are you?
I do that. It's like,
Yeah.
We love it.
What? You can't come in and not say hi to Christmas.
yeah, I can.
One of those.
Okay, you know, tip that I need somebody with it, and we kid in the pictures this morning, but I didn't even know. And then Lexi made her look at her.
So I went to a camper chef party. Not really my thing, but I like to cook. So and it was just like Max's best friend's mom was like the nicest lady I've met in it.
You got it.
And yeah, so I was like I felt obligated, and so I went. But now that and what Janelle just hosted it, so the pamper chef lady I've never met before. She is like a full stalker.
Oh, they do that.
Stalk.
I still have one on me that I went to like 8 years ago.
Oh my god, like constantly emailing and texting, and I'm like, you need to stop. Like, and I've politely been like, no, thank you, not interested, too busy, like nonstop. Like, how do I get off this train? Please let me off this train.
Yeah, I get emails. The text I finally got off because I just like hit skip. But I still get all the emails. I'm like, oh my gosh.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And there's purple and slots for the money and circle. Marker.
Let's play next weekend.
So I was
I hate driving on the freaking baseball. Especially when my kid only plays like 1 game. You know?
Right? You're like, come on.
Yeah. I'm like, I just want driving all over the state to see my kid. Basically.
That is commitment.
Oh, like Thunder Ridge.
I told Sid that. She goes, oh no, I should have added her to crying faces. It would start with, this is Amy.
Saturday, Sunday,
Lots of dots. Return.
Sunday,
Well,
Saturday, Saturday, 2:45. That
Like
sucks.
all
That's a
the
crappy.
things that I'm thinking of saying, I probably shouldn't say.
Fine on Saturday. You have to wait all damn day to play.
This is Amy. That's our mom's place. Yeah. She told the husband, she's like,
Has he talked about what college he wants to go to?
I mean, he would love to go D1. I think anybody that would take him is, I'm sure he certainly has preferences.
She's always around. She's like, hey, go to school.
At least not yet. No,
Yeah.
he might change in a year or so, but
Where he's at right now.
yeah. So like, I mean, personally, if he got I'm all about the money. So I'm like,
Scholarship
if
right
you're
now.
gonna, yeah, like if you're gonna play baseball in college, please give me some cash.
Yeah.
But so I don't know. I mean, if he had a choice, I think he likes KU. He likes Arizona.
Okay.
But I mean, he probably end up at some JUCO or some D3 school. But he's like, Mom, like if you get an offer from like he was talking with some other kid that got an offer from like a school in Minnesota. He's like, that's the kiss of death because cold weather states just can't play competitive baseball. So I think any school in a baseball state, Florida, that's out basically, Florida, any of those, California, Arizona, anywhere where it's warm year round that you can play baseball year round, that's considered better, even if it's a JUCO, because
The constant.
the level is better. Whereas like he said, Minnesota, he's like, these are just like the cast off kids that, only play baseball 3 months out of the year,
Oh yeah, oh yeah, we were all like,
Yeah, so I'm not really sure.
all 4 of us.
Subscribe to
were
that thought,
watching
but I understand what he's saying, so, anyway.
And he goes,
Why can't they just do a normal schedule? I hate trying to read a spreadsheet.
Like I need glasses
Yeah,
more
this
now.
is stupid. Then you gotta scroll over.
And
10:15 a.m. Saturday.
and he like reaches
Two
over, like,
oh, that's
this,
great.
doesn't even, like,
10:15 and
look at me,
2:45. So we have a split.
shook his hand and it would have been really fun to
Oh my god. I'm listening. I hear all about this. I have several clients that have kids: baseball, soccer, softball, swim, and gymnastics.
Sure. Volleyball, did you say that too?
No, softball. Gymnastics. Those girls are like hybrid homeschool because they are in the gym so much, like 40 hours a week. All right, you need to wiggle or anything? I'm mixing up your laptop really quick. Do you want the lap thing for it?
Oh, that's okay.
You're okay? Okay.
Just do it for me here. My boss just messaged me.
She just let you have it.
Oh no.
I think it's so great. I would really put home and say, no, it was like, they were like little loving.
Every Thursday at 3 p.m.
So then I went, all right.
No.
Welcome to the main floor. How's it looking? He's like, good.
I mean, she's in California, so it's only 3 on the river. I think we had to ask her the boss. I used to have 4:45 on Friday. Come on, man. Do you think that's weird if I ask her to leave it? His parents are his. He's not allowed to slide her. 5 o'clock on Friday.
No, it's a Friday.
He should have warned his mom that I was coming.
Just so you know, my best friend's getting over. So, fly.
I'm gonna move my camera over, but it's gonna be zoomed in straight on your head, so nothing will be seen on your.
I mean, I can do that's an unfortunate wax. I mean, I can get it done in 15 minutes. I've done it in like 12. But does your client want that? That one did. I don't think this one will. But she was like, yeah, I got you. This is a disaster. How did they not do anything? I like Azalea's sweet, but went way over on her other appointment. Got another guest got upset. I'm having to move people over, and kids sitting there doing nothing. I can't wait for her to jump it.
I love that this is happening today.
Yeah, how do we? Okay, so you're gonna hold back everything, right? But then, tomorrow, Erica's finally coming back, like my long-term client Erica, that she's been gone since April. Because she was a high-risk pregnancy, and for the last 3 months of her pregnancy, she had to spend in the hospital. And, baby's doing good, all that stuff, so she's finally ready to come back. But, she wasn't put down as a request. So I asked Katie to do it. I asked her to do it. Well, I don't know how to do that. You literally click any and then scroll down just to see. Like, that's it. on my first day. That all of a sudden I'm responsible for. I don't even know these people. I got a new thing that I where it has like so it covers my nose, but it has like it has like foam around the eyes, so like my eyelashes don't get too straight. And I got one more. But it doesn't squish my eyes or my nose or anything. In the head pump, so there's just like little circle fingers that sit on top of your ears and eyes. But unless my stage is above like half volume, it can't even remotely. Oh, nice. And at that point, it's too loud for me to listen to it. So now I'm like, listen to music to go to bed because I realize, like, when I for the next day or something at night, I struggle to sleep and it makes me struggle to sleep because I'm talking and sleep. Because in my bed, so I lay on my left side, I lay like this in bed. Use my bed, I lay like this. So if I want to lay on my right side, it's this. Because I want to face away from the window. And not just keep me staying on top of me like sitting and shit on the bed to not have the light. Because the tiniest thing for this tiniest little light in the place. Tiniest thing. So I don't see well with that. That's also why I watched the basic so much, or I would watch the puppies. But I was so dark, I would look at music.
Yeah, it is dark. Well, you can save all the stuff down there.
I'm not anywhere, I just wasn't sure where you wanted to be.
I don't care, wherever you want.
And then I was thinking about the dog assistant. That's
I feel like I've been at work today for like 8 hours. It's the weirdest
You're
feeling.
not sitting, you can stay in there.
Just an hour before you got here? Yeah. I'm just like, whoop. It's Friday. That's exactly that. And I've been out of state and hair shows.
I bought him shirts that say California bound. Actually, yeah.
Yes. Everything else, yeah. Yes. I mean, even my laundry, it's like climbing up my wallet. Because I unloaded my suitcase and then we're off. And I'm like, I'm just going to let it be. Don't care about it. Great.
So that's why I don't know if it's like,
Yeah, I'll write it down, but it's so easy.
and if you do not give me clear, complete instructions on how to take care of these plants, they're all for that.
My plans?
Yes.
Oh, by that time they'll probably be done.
Okay. What about your ridiculously large tree?
I'll water it before we go.
Okay.
It's once a week.
Okay.
I'll water everything before we go.
Okay.
I don't have to water anything.
If I have to water something, you just have to let me know and how much. Because I'm tired of asking so many people.
Right.
We have to.
Okay.
I don't know why we have to get that. And I don't know how to water shit.
Do not leave that on me. Oh. So the pot is with me, so all my stuff that's still alive in here, I've had in here since October. I feel so accomplished, and so I think it was like a month ago, I like repotted everything. It was interesting. That's why I have like a little tarp down there. I had every plant poured out. Oh my god, I'm like, look. But now I'm like, my new studio doesn't have a window, so all these are gonna have to go home. You know, I'm like, maybe I could get a few in there because I've looked up like synthetic light. You struggle. But luckily there's like a lot of light that comes through the hall. So that's like, I feel like gonna be my saving grace of it all.
Yeah, you have to just go out and take breaks and
Because I think
process and whatever.
I had, when I was at Sola, I had no window, but it was a much smaller, like, I don't think you did. Mm-mm. Nope.
Where is that again?
There's a Sola, it's on County Line right up the road from here. Mm-mm. Yes. Yep.
And it like had rain, but you come out of there and you just feel like
Lost track of time.
Yeah, like entered because I can't see anything.
Yeah. That's definitely how it is. There'd be times when I would like come out and it'd be snowing and I'm like, wait, when did this happen?
Yeah. That was just so true here.
Yep.
Like that one day that you up the sign.
You're doing good camera today? Okay.
So she's the one that's engaged. She fiance's a cop and
Okay.
he's got a kiddo from a previous relationship and they weren't married, but the ex is she's remarried and has I think a baby with her new husband.
Okay.
Well, she shouldn't say remarried because they're not married, but so you know they have to get custody of their son. He's like 6.
Mm-hmm.
But like my friend, you know, she's doing the bonus mom thing or whatever, and
Yep.
she really does care about this kid. But like the mom, the birth mom, is like
One of those.
one of those.
Yep.
So she's just really
That's hard. No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, just making sure.
No.
So you're gonna be
No, 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 no.
So she like texted me the other night. And she was like, she's a lot younger than me, so she kind of works in a big sister type
Yep.
thing. And she's just like, I'm just really stressing about like
Okay. Bye.
this kid thing. She's like, loves the kid, but he's got some emotional stuff. He's got some school stuff. Like he's on like an ELP. And she's just
Oh, okay. There's a lot going
there's a
on.
lot going on and to manage. And then her fiance being a cop, he works long hours. So a lot of times when it's his week to have him,
It's on her.
It's on her. So
Yep.
she's, you know, which is just, it is what it is. But,
Mm-hmm.
you know, she's just really stressed about all of that. She's like, I'm just worried that this is going to be my life. And like my other friend and those are two who were both like, don't run, because there's other things besides the kids.
Oh,
And we just want to be like,
if it's already like this.
like you saw, she's always fighting with him. She's angry and he's always wrong. And sometimes she's like, maybe a little stern. And I just want to be like, I know her enough, but not that well. But just be like, maybe you should not marry.
Right. You should look into what's going on a little bit deeper. But you don't want to be that person.
Maybe you guys need to go to some counseling. I'm thinking, God, you're not even married yet. You need counseling. It's not
Yeah, that's never a good
because it
sign.
doesn't get easier.
No.
It gets harder.
It gets harder, and if you're doing the counseling like as a precursor, cool. But if it's for like a already,
Yeah,
that's hard.
So she's now they're fighting because the school contacted the dad and said that the kid hasn't brought in his homework all week. He was at mom's all week.
Yeah.
So they're documenting because she's gotten lawyers because they've been having this custody battle because she lived in Parker
Okay.
and then she moved to like South Castle Rock, like way, like all the way down to the end, like
Yep.
whatever that neighborhood is. So his school is in Parker because that's where he started. And so now she's complaining about when it's her week to have to drive him 30 plus minutes to school.
Yep.
So she wants to switch schools, and they're like, "Dude, you're the one that moved. Like, you're so now
Not
like,
upgrading.
now she's driving in lawyers and paying this and that." So like her go-to is then like, "Well, then I just won't. I'll have him on the weekends." So I was like, well, that's not fair either.
No.
And like, just because you don't want to drive your kid to school, that you're just gonna get
Leave
on
him be
even
like
on the weekends.
this?
That's not fair to him.
Not at all.
So there's all this back and forth and lawyers, blah, blah, blah. So like, I guess they got an email this morning saying, and so they communicate with her only by email because they're documenting everything.
Yep.
So like, they said, come to our attention that he didn't have any homework turned in. The school contacted us and said, where's his homework? He was with you. And she was like, well, we had some sickness in the house this week and we just were too busy. It's like, nice parenting. So then she goes back to the same thing. Maybe I should just keep him on the weekends.
Oh,
Not the
Lord.
weekends. So my friend's like, so you don't want to have him make sure he does his homework, so the solution is to just give up custody?
Just be
for a
done
week?
with him.
Like, that's
Good
promising.
parenting. Let's set him up for some great trauma.
Mhm.
Make sure you have some counseling ready when he's older.
Right? And she's like, they care about him, but I don't want him full time. It's not on weekends either.
No, it's not.
And she works full time. She's like, well, you know, when he's working, what am I supposed to do? You know?
Yep.
And I'm just like, I know you've been through that with your ex, and I'm like, I haven't gone through any type of custody stuff with my kids, but
It's a nightmare.
it's rough.
It's a nightmare. And it just gets harder and harder, and you think it would get easier, and it doesn't.
I just don't know what kind of good advice I could give her, because I'm like, I was walked in those shoes, you know?
Yep.
But I'm gently trying to be like, you know, I'm sure it'll be fine, but.
Right. It's like